Hey guys, welcome to the Math Teacher channel. My name is Tee Yong and today I'm going to show you some questions related to Pythagoras Theorem in today's episode. So sit back, relax and enjoy and let's get started right now. Hey guys, let's solve this question together. So as you can see, this is a question that involves using Pythagoras Theorem. So since this is the first episode on Pythagoras Theorem, I'm going to kind of show you guys what is exactly mean by Pythagoras Theorem and also how to identify the hypotenuse. So normally we can see firstly, Pythagoras theorem can only apply to a right angle triangle, meaning to say there is a right angle which is 90 degrees in the triangle. Alright, so how do we identify what is the hypotenuse? So the hypotenuse will be the side of the triangle that is directly opposite the 90 degrees. Right, so in this case, this will be the hypotenuse. What about this? This will be the hypotenuse. Alright, so the side that is directly opposite the 90 degrees. Okay, so that's the first thing on how to identify the hypotenuse. So the next part is about the formula. So the formula is given by a square equals to b square plus c square. So what is this? A. So A is the hypotenuse square equals to b square, which is the either one of the sides of the triangle, right? Triangles, there's three sides, right? So the hypotenuse is here, and then b can be here and c can be here, or the other way around. All right, so b and c does not matter whether which one of them is which. So just as long as you label them properly, so it will be equals to one side of the triangle plus the other side of the triangle, and they have to be squared. Alright, so this is the basic formula that we should know for Pythagoras theorem types of question. Alright, so moving on, let's try to solve this question together. So as you can see, this is there's a two right angle triangle in the question. Alright, so and there's two unknowns, y and x. Alright, so let's try to solve for x first. Alright, so looking at the big triangle, right, I'm going to just draw a small one out. So the big triangle looks like this. Right, pardon my drawing. So 3 and 4 and find x. So as you can see, x is the hypotenuse, right? So given that the formula is a square equals to b square plus c square. Alright, so that means it will be x square equals to 3 square plus 4 square. So x square equals to 9 plus 16. X square equals to 25. X equals to plus minus 5, and therefore x will be equals to 5 cm. So take note, how do I get from this step to this step? It simply means to square root 25, because when you square root x square, you remove the x to find x. Alright, and then why is there a plus minus 5 here? Because for x square, negative 5 times negative 5 gives you 25, and 5 times 5 gives you 25 as well. Alright, so that's why these two answers have to be included. Alright, but I'm going to reject the negative 5, right, for this type of question, because this is a side of a triangle, and a side of a triangle cannot be negative. Alright, so that's why we have to reject the negative 5 and write the answer as x is equals to 5 cm. Alright, so now let's move on to the part to find y. Alright, so since x is 5 cm, right, so now x is 5 cm. Okay, So how do we find y? Y is slightly more complicated because we have to give some unknowns. We have to add some unknowns here. So let me just erase the workings for the first part where we find x. Alright, okay, so since now we know that x is 5 cm, so I'm going to let the base of this small triangle over here, right, to be a. Right, so this eventually will be 5 minus a. Right, so by using Pythagoras theorem, so okay, look at this. So y is the same, is the common height for this triangle and this triangle, right? So I'm going to make them, I'm going to create an equation. Alright, so for the first smaller triangle, so I'm going to write out the Pythagoras theorem, the equation. Alright, so it will be 3 square equals to 5 minus a square plus y square. Alright, and then for the bigger triangle, it is 4 square equals to a square plus y square. Alright, so 16 minus a square equals to y square. Okay, so I'm going to substitute this part into here. So I'll be getting 9 equals to 5 minus a square plus 16 minus a square. Alright, so I'm going to open up this bracket. Still remember how to do it? It will be the special algebraic identity. So 9 equals to 25 minus 10a plus a square, right, plus 16 minus a square. So this cancels out, right? So 9 equals to 25 plus 16, that will give you 41 minus 10a. Alright, so 10a equals to 41 minus 9, which is 32. Okay, so a it's equals to 3.2. Alright, so since a is 3.2, I'm going to replace this back into this equation. Alright, so y square equals to 16 minus 3.2 square. So y square will be equals to 16 minus 3.2 square equals to 5.76, and y will be equals to square root of 5.76, which is 2.4 cm. Alright, so with this, I hope you guys does not have any questions, right? If not, I have to go through this again, and yeah. Alright, so with this, let's move on to the second question. Alright, let's look at this second question together. So, of course, there's a small triangle over here and a big triangle over here. Alright, so I'm going to solve for x first. Alright, so since this is a 90 degree, this will eventually be a 90 degree as well. Alright, so we can use Pythagoras theorem to find x. Alright, so this will be 5 square, so 5 will be the hypotenuse, equals to x square plus 4.5 square. So x square will be equals to 5 square, right, minus 4.5 square, which is 4.75. Alright, so x will be equals to square root of 4.75, and the answer will be 2.1794. Right, and then rounding up to 3 significant figures, it will be 2.18 centimeters for the value of x. Alright, so take note, it will be a plus minus over here, and we have to reject the negative number. Alright, so for the next the bigger triangle, so y is now the side of the triangle, and 10 will be the hypotenuse. So 10 square equals to 4.5 square plus y square, right? So y square equals to 10 square minus 4.5 square. Y square equals to 10 square minus 4.5 square. That will give us 79.175. Right, so y will be equals to square root of 79.75. That will give us 8 point plus minus 8.9302, and y will be equals to 8.93 centimeter, 3SF. Alright, and of course we have to reject the negative value as well. So just take note, it is quite essential to write the plus minus in these cases, alright, because of the square root of 79.75 here and square root of 4.75 here. Alright, so with this, we have come to the end of today's video. Thank you for watching. If you feel that you have enjoyed this video and it is valuable in teaching you more about Pythagoras Theorem, hit the like button and share the video with your friends. Feel free to give your comments or any questions down at the comment section below, and I'll be sure to follow up with you. You can also email me any math questions you think I can help you with, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. With this, I would like to thank you for watching my video, and I hope you have a good day ahead. This is Tee Yong, signing off.